Happy Tuesday, YouTube, December 23rd. And a little bit more sunlight today, slightly. Pretty much the sun stays in one spot for 3 days. You all know this, right? And then the sun rises on the 25th. Hence, the sun, the light of the world. That's for all you people that don't really realize why December 25th is Christmas. It's because the sun appears to start climbing again in the sky. Unless you're on the equator. Anywho, the video cut off on me yesterday when I was doing this little report. Just looking down here at the San Leandro marker. I think there's something going wrong with the marker. If you had counts that high or counts of 600, I would think you'd have people just melting right there and then. Again, not quite sure what's happening. Thank you, the person that contacted me in regards to this marker and that you live out there. I'm just saying, I'm not a nuclear physicist by any stretch of the imagination. But just from what I've been doing personal research, if you have counts that are in the hundreds of thousands, I would think there'd be dire things going on. Then again, I'm not sure what your winds are doing out there. I don't know. Again, this chart is just for reference. You can see they did take that San Leandro down. It's gone. You are now inactive. Let's take a quick little look across the country. This is my first look at the map today. See if we see any problem spots. We're going to go ahead and deactivate the inactive markers. And yeah, it's still looking like that. It's looking ugly up here by Kearney, Nebraska. All kinds of little sensors going off here. 344 Omaha. 356 Lincoln. 358 Kearney. So yeah, I'd say there's something going on. Again, you can go to the NRC website, do some digging around. I couldn't believe the stuff I was finding on Byron. And speaking of good old Byron, we've had winds coming out of the south all day. It's almost 50 degrees here. It was insane. And you can see Howard, Wisconsin's lighting up. Well, that's Byron. Byron's doing that. This I know. Okay? Okay? And all I can do is try to get the information out there. I put some pretty damning information up from the NRC, and hopefully there's people running with the information. I was going to look into calling the Illinois Bar Association and see if there's any way we can look into a class action, but again, I am not a litigious person. I'm a guitar player. Alright? And I never thought I'd be doing anything like this. But I am, and I'm glad. I know I'm not a scientist. And when I say calling all scientists, I mean call anybody that wants to do anything to help fix anything at this point. 203 counts per minute Fort Wayne. 208 Indianapolis. And Covington, Kentucky, you're coming in at 168. Let's see how Lexington, Fayette's doing. 197. So you're cooling down a little bit. Let's see how the nation's weighing here in Florida. 151 in Jacksonville. That's what Homer Simpson calls it. And we've got 243 counts per minute there in Tallahassee. You're cooling down a little bit. You got some, are these new markers? What's going on over here? I'm noticing more markers on this map. St. Lucie. Huh. Well, let's zoom in. I try to go through here as quick as I can, but do a little more poking, why not? 10 counts per minute on that one, the other one's 23. And this is with Raspberry Pi indoors. So I'm letting you know that's an indoor reading. You always got to check down here in this information to see what's going on. I always check for alpha or beta. But overall, I got to tell you, Florida, despite the little spikes you get up here by the panhandle, for the most part, I'm thinking this is a really safe area to be, personally. But, I like Chicago, man. They ain't going to get rid of me anytime soon. Champaign, let's see here. 233 Champaign. Champaign, anyone? Looks like we got a little shit debacle here. Yeah, Little Rock. You're coming in high. And what is going on with Fort Worth? Merry Christmas, 384. Yish. Start taking that iodine. That's all I can say. Start taking the iodine, stay inside. And we got a reset just for Dallas. Dallas, let's see how you're coming in. You had no marker the other day. You got twosies. Twosies for Dallas. But Fort Worth is coming in ugly. Comanche Peak. Don't you like how they take all the Native American stuff and use it for our military? You know why? Well, I guess we'll leave that for another day. 362 counts per minute Albuquerque. 208 counts per minute South Valley. Carlsbad. 173, let it be. And how are we doing down here? We got your little marker back up. 246 counts per minute there in El Paso. Excuse me. Let's see what we got going here. Phoenix, 371, just for fun. And Tucson. They took your little marker. They sure did. So there you go. We're going to jet up here to Utah. St. George, 154 out the door. Nice day out there today compared to where you've been. 202 Salt Lake City. And let's see if we can... come on, Ogden. There we go. 17 counts per minute in Ogden. Let's check out with our 420 friends. What is going on here? They're just disabling markers left and right. Twosies in Denver. 267 Grand Junction. You know, I used to keep track of the solar flares really well. And then I kind of sided with old Maureen Vaughn on all that. It's anything out of NASA, I can't believe. I can't believe a fucking word NASA says. And if you want to believe what NASA says, that's fine. I don't. Not for 1 minute. Not for 1 minute. You want to talk about airbrushing pictures? NASA is the top. They're at the top of that. And you can also find some pretty disturbing information on what NASA really does. And from what I understand, it has nothing to do with space exploration. It's population control. I'll try to find the link and we'll talk about that more later. Honolulu, you're on the climb there. And Lahaina, 11 counts per minute. 11. Again, I know people out there, anybody that wants to get involved in the little science club, we'll just call it science club or we call it whatever. I like science club. I think that's a good word for it because it's the sharing of ideas. It's not some weird secret society weirdness. It's open to anybody that wants to do anything to help fix the situation here on planet Earth. Now, I know there's a lot of bright people out there. I will continue to keep throwing out ideas. I will continue to keep posting that email address. I might just even make a new email address. I'm not really sure what's going on with the email. That email is tied to my whole life. That sue.gcfasteners at Gmail. And obviously I'm not with that company anymore. I wanted to get into manufacturing. I actually am in manufacturing now, but it's not anything to do with metal. And it's a really neat product that's safe for the earth. But fasteners, you need fasteners. That's one thing I know, working with fasteners forever. And like I said, Sendai, Japan, up here in this area, They were making all the car parts for the whole world. When I was saying evacuate these people to North America, I was basically saying let's invite these people to come set up their little fastener industry here. Because I feel that this island is in danger of going in the ocean or getting supervolcanoed or what have you. Because yes, the earth will defend itself. I mean, the ocean is the earth's blood. And you've already got it contaminated on the Atlantic side. You've already got it. You already got plutonium over there, all right? So that's what I'm interested in. Anybody that's really good with working with water, if you've done any studies with deionization, and anything like that. That's, you know, and even if you don't contact me, maybe you know other people that do water deionization and say, wow, I got this idea, and you just want to work among yourselves and figure it out. Please do. That's the whole purpose of me doing this. I witnessed a catastrophe. I'm sorry. I'm staying with what I'm saying here. Look at our shitstorm here. Look at this reactor. I saw with my own eyes what was coming out of it. I was throwing up too hard to whip out the phone and tape it while I was driving, trying to get fasteners to where? A manufacturer in Illinois. I don't mess around. When it comes to manufacturing, someone needs their parts, you know it. I'm there driving, throwing up, driving, making sure that that part's going to get made. Manufacturing is the backbone of the United States. We need to bring it back. Let's get this grid fixed. Let's get it up and running. I don't trust anything out of NASA, and they tell me they have a solar flare when? What day? Because I started seeing things that didn't make sense myself. And if you want to look at Soho and all this stuff, you know, Thor News. Go to Thor News. That's, as far as space news goes, go to Thor News. That's the man. What's up, Thor? But anyway, the writing's on the wall here with Byron. We know we've had problems with corrupt politicians in Illinois. I think we still do. You tell me how the whole state turns out and puts in a Republican governor, and yet we put in Durbin, the Democrat? No. We all wanted the dairy farmer. We all wanted Oberwise. He's known for his milk. He's known for having a dairy farm that doesn't put any weird stuff in their milk. And he's a good guy, and we all voted for him, and we want to recount at this point. Is he in with these guys? Is the Stick Durbin guy in with these guys? How is it that we can all vote Republican and still get that guy? Overwhelmingly. Black, white, Hispanic. You know, when I was growing up, everyone got along. That is a prison bullshit that they are propagating to keep us separated. A house divided cannot stand. When I grew up, everybody got along. There was no segregation in the 70s and the 80s. This is part of the prison system that they're bringing into what? Our social lives. And don't fall for it. We're civilized. We've been civilized. Act civilized. I'm asking for help from all Chicagoland on this Byron nuclear reactor. I'll come back at you later with something a little lighter. I like doing silly videos better anyway. Like I said, I'm a musician. I never thought I'd be doing this, but I am. Everybody have a fantastic night. Probably come back at you later with something silly.